Yeah, get to this generational wealth, bet that. We gon' lift off like a jetpack. Time to tune in, not just speaking real facts. Right here is everything you need. This ain't no get rich quick thing. Create your own economy. Cause we ahead of the crypto curve, yeah. Create your own economy. Let's get ahead of the crypto curve, yeah. Learn from the queen of crypto, your host, Najah Roberts, leading people out of financial slavery through Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Create your own economy. Let's get ahead of the crypto curve.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Ahead of the Crypto Curve, where we are creating Satoshi millionaires, one family at a time, one day at a time, one Bitcoin at a time, one Satoshi at a time. And ladies and gentlemen, that means you. I am your host, Najah Roberts, and it is my mission in life to lead my people out of financial slavery. I don't just do this show to change the way you think about money, but to make you change the way you look at money and everything else around you because it absolutely matters. Today is Friday, April 14th, 2023. And I have just one Cryptopian whose birthday is today. And she is very special because this is the only one we're shouting out today. And that is Cryptopian Tanya Latore. And I just want to say happy birthday to you. I hope that your day is filled with love, joy, peace, and understanding because you know what? You absolutely deserve it. And if you like a shout out on your birthday, please send me a text message to 424-317-7373. Again, 424-317-7373. And ladies and gentlemen, I have a quote today that just was stated on a call that I was on this morning. And I don't know if you all can tell, some of you are looking at me live, but as I'm on here, I am jumping around and I'm jittery today. I haven't taken any caffeine or anything like that, but I did take a vitamin supplement and has given me some energy today. But ladies and gentlemen, I am excited. I'm going to tell you why I'm excited, but I got to give you this quote first. And this quote was on a call today where I was sitting talking to a African American, I'm going to just say Black American founder because African American holds a whole nother argument and connotation. And we are from America, but Black. So I'm just going to say Black American just to, I don't even know, I'm not politically correct, doesn't matter. But this gentleman and his wife are a CEO of a company. And he was speaking about how, as a business owner and as an entrepreneur, he's always gotten into companies where other people actually made the lion's share of the money, but did nothing to really change the lives specifically of individuals in the companies that he's gone to partner with as an entrepreneur. And he's seen a lot of different things that he could learn from and glean from to start his own company. And about 3 or 4 years ago, he and his wife started a company and taking all the things to heart that they've seen in these other companies, they decided to make compensation better, people, I'm going to say people better and customer service better, and everything that has been missing in an industry they are bringing to the space that they're in. And I'm super excited about that because in my own business, that is why we seek to make sure that we have personal contact with every single person that is buying Bitcoin or learning about Bitcoin or trying to figure out how to store their Bitcoin. We do all of those things and we say we give people black glove service because the black and brown communities deserve that type of treatment because we're all that in a bag of chips, right? So I'm meeting with this gentleman about some of the challenges that I am seeing with my getting into business with them. And he said a quote today, and it really just jumped off the Zoom and slapped me in the face. And that quote, he said to me, "What you can control, master it. And what you can't control, manage it." And I said, bam, that was the quote of my life. What you can control, master it. What you can't control, manage it. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We sit in a time and space where we have got something that we cannot control, and all we can do is manage it. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We have the recipe for proper management because our preparation is going to be poor performance, and I'm sure about it. And so, for the first time in my life, he doesn't even know I'm using this as a quote that he said to me this morning on this call, but it gave me fire in my belly because I do know I can manage the things that I can't control. Whereby, when I was a financial advisor, giving financial advice based on the type of products and services that they were offering to the black and brown community. And yes, people can argue, they can say what they want to say, but I believe that the products and services that are given to our community are allowed to be utilized in our community, or if not different, we pay differently. That is for sure. So the product and service may not be different, but I guarantee you, we black and brown folks are paying more for those services than people in other communities. And I can prove that over and over and over again. And as I was trying to manage that, I could not control. I was getting frustrated. But now, since I don't have any barriers or anyone saying you can't say that and you can't teach that, I can master what I can control. And what I can control is not having to play in that systematically put together system that was not designed for people to win. I don't care what color you are not designed to win in the banking system. It is all designed for them to win, and they've been winning for hundreds and hundreds of years, and they're not going to allow anyone to step into that space and take what is being theirs because they feel like they're entitled to that. They're entitled to your paycheck every Friday. They are entitled to your life savings. Hint, hint, a 401k. We have got to take control of the things that we got to manage, but we also can take control and be in control of all the things, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm going to continue to help you master. So as we come forward, I'm on fire today. I'm not going to really go into a whole bunch of stuff because I might wind up preaching to y'all today. But when we come forward, we are going to talk about some significant things that are happening in the macro that will definitely deal with us here in the micro. And then we'll learn what cryptocurrency and the space is doing because it's doing quite well. But we don't care about price, right? We care about technology and we care about access. This is KBLA Talk 1580.
Hello, I'm your girl Najah Roberts, and I am here to tell you about an important event that I have coming up, and that is the Ledger and Me 123. If you've been listening to anything I've been saying for the last 2 years, I have been saying that custody your own keys and holding your own Bitcoin in your own cold storage wallet is the best remedy against scam or things like FTX or anything else out there that could suck up and steal your Bitcoin or your cryptocurrency. And this is a ledger. This is what it looks like. It's the size of your thumb. It comes in a box from Ledger, and we're going to help you take your Bitcoin off the exchange and put it into your own private wallet. If you're interested in attending this course, your name and your face will not be shown. It will be an anonymous call, and we're going to help you walk through setting up your ledger step by step, because we are going to make sure that you get the best customer service and that you're setting it up and that you understand what you're doing and that you're comfortable with moving your Bitcoin from one place on the blockchain to the next place on the blockchain. And we're also going to talk about how you store your seed words, because that's critically important. Your Bitcoin is not stored on this device, so you've got to come to the actual Ledger Me 123 to really understand what you need to do to secure your Bitcoin and your cryptocurrency for not just your future, but for the future generations to come. And I look forward to seeing you there. Peace and blessings. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
All right. Welcome forward. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we embark upon ahead of the crypto curve, let me just say I am ecstatic when I continuously see different individuals and different companies making way for people to learn and acquire Bitcoin. Now, why is that a big deal? Again, there are 30,000 other cryptocurrencies out there. All of them are not created equal. And we've got this gentleman named Elon Musk who purchased Twitter and is telling everybody to buy Shiba Inu. Why, in my opinion? Because his son or sons hold Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. And if he helps push that price up, he has just made two more billionaires. And so I'm very careful as to what I listen to and ask why this person is doing the thing that they're doing when they constantly say one thing and do something else. And why do I say that he is always doing something else? Because he's made it very clear that he's investing in Bitcoin and his sons have Shiba Inu and they have Dogecoin. However, you would know that because most of you are new to the space and you don't remember what he said maybe 2, 3 years ago. But I don't forget in the crypto space. So he may have waited a year or two to really try to get that cryptocurrency to pump, but I know his motivation. And so, with that being said, as I open up my cryptocurrency news to talk to you all today, the owner of Twitter, again, Elon Musk, has inked a deal with a company called eToro. Now, eToro has been in the game for a while. It is a platform that allows people to invest, or let's just say I was a great trader. Well, so I would go as a trader on the eToro platform, and then you, as a subscriber, could actually find Najah Roberts, which you can't because I'm not on eToro. I'm just giving you a for instance. And then every trade that I do, you can actually mimic me and either make money with me or lose money with me, right? So that's what eToro platform has been doing. And I don't even really know if they sell Bitcoin or not. That's neither here nor there. But Twitter just inked a deal with eToro to offer cryptocurrency trading directly to Twitter users. And so some of the things at the top of the list are these two things that they are encouraging people from Twitter to invest in through eToro. And you guessed it. I'm gonna let you guess. What are the two things you think Elon Musk is encouraging people to do with real-time prices? And that would be Tesla and Bitcoin. Bingo, you got it. So, ladies and gentlemen, he is offering people on Twitter to go straight through eToro on the Twitter platform to buy, trade, do all these fabulous things with stock because his stock is up. That's the Tesla stock. I'm not saying it's up. It's ready to be traded and it's always there to be traded. But he wants to kind of guide you as to what you need to do, right? So he's got Tesla in there and he's got Bitcoin. Now, I'm not going to run to Twitter to trade my Bitcoin with eToro. But what that does when I look at why they're doing something other other than putting other cryptocurrencies up to bat. Now they may eventually add other cryptocurrencies, but right now what they're looking to do is make sure that they can push some people to Tesla and push some people to Bitcoin. So, ladies and gentlemen, why would they do that? Because they know what cryptocurrencies actually matter at the end of the day. And they also know what cryptocurrencies are safe. Because if something winds up happening down the road with regulation and things of that sort, they're going to be safe because they've chosen Bitcoin. Guess who else has chosen to be safe? I say this all the time. We could sell you any cryptocurrency that the world has to offer, but why would we feed our community crack cocaine? We just would not. And ethically, morally, or any of that, we just wouldn't do that. So we're sticking with Bitcoin. Why? Because we know it's safe and we know, even though it's volatile, so I got to say that because I don't want to make people think that there is no type of risk associated with investing. Anything you invest in, you need to be investing with the mindset that what you're putting into that thing, you can afford to lose. If the company goes belly up, if the president of the company says something crazy about a particular company or a group of people, that stock plummets, you got to be willing or ready to invest only that which you can afford to lose. But as I'm moving and grooving and understanding cryptocurrency and understanding why Bitcoin is critically important to our self sovereignty journey, I am also looking at hard assets. And we can talk about it all day. People have been asking me, where do I go to buy these hard assets? Who do I utilize? And again, full disclosure, I take no money from anybody to share anything that I'm sharing with you. I'm sharing it with you because I know my calling is to educate our community selfishly, selfishly. So without me being in the middle, I don't need to get any kickback or anything like that. And so when we're looking at hard assets, we have got to diversify our portfolio, whether I'm a financial advisor anymore on purpose or not. You have got to diversify your portfolio. So, as I say my prayer every day before I put my feet on the ground, I have asked the Most High to bring people into my life that I can affect change and not only affect change, but actually see change happening. And people that can come into my life that can also affect change in my life. And this gentleman that I got the quote from today, I have watched in another company. He and his wife work together as business partners, as friends, and they really set a really great example as to how couples should work together in the entrepreneur space. And so before my husband and I were married, which was about 11, 12 years ago, we looked at this company couple and this company and we said, hey, you know what? We need to be like them when we decide to get married and do all these things. And I'm happy to report that we have. And since getting back into the swing of things with this individual, this husband and wife team, who has now created their own company that gives the Black and brown community more black glove service. They don't do the same thing we do, and we don't do the same thing that they do, but we are locking arms to make sure that our community is good in a 360-degree way. And that is critical at this point in the juncture because it doesn't make sense for us to just be one-sided. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to have everything at our fingertips right now in the right fashion without being involved with people that are trying to gouge us for anything. We just don't have any time to pay extra fees. We don't have time to lose money. We don't have time to be thinking about get rich quick. We are really setting ourselves up so that the future is much brighter than it has been in the past. And so as I look at this partnership with Twitter and eToro, I think about the relationship with Crypto Blockchain Plug, which is my company, and this new company that we're working with to bring the Black and Brown community into these hard assets. I'm just super excited. I'm super excited because even yesterday, I told you all I was at the grocery store and I was storing up my groceries. And the I told you about the lady that was in the checkout, but the teller that was actually ringing up my food made no, it wasn't her. So let me back up. I was taking the canned goods off the shelf on the aisle, and the young lady that was stocking said to me, she said, I'm so glad that I stood here and talked to you for a second today because she said my check is not looking good at all. And I've been working for this particular company, which is, some of you may know, a community. It's not a community owned, it's an employee owned outfit. It's an employee owned grocery store. So it helps save them from pilgrimage and all of those other things that happen when you're a business owner. You start to give people ownership so that they are doing the things that they need to do, not because they're getting paid, because they have ownership. But with that being said, as an employee who was the owner or part owner of this big grocery store, she said, you know, my check is not looking good at all, and inflation is really doing a job. And unless I work, now get this, she's already working 40 hours a week. She said, unless I add an additional 10 hours a week to my paycheck, so I'm begging for overtime, I cannot make my mortgage payment. So here she is. I don't know about her children. I don't know about any of those things, but she looked to be in her early 30s, was working 50 hours a week. That does not give you time to do the types of things that you need to do to really maintain your family or have any type of quality of life. And with prices going up higher and higher, you've got to work and do something else. But her something else was overtime. But I am sharing with each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen, if there was ever a time for a side hustle, this is the time. If there was ever an idea that you had about making additional income while you are doing what you do, you really need to take a look at doing something additional. And let me just tell you why that's important. I do what I do every day, and I'm talking about me personally. I work every day. I do all the things that I need to do to bring in the income that I've been bringing in consistently to make sure we're paying our bills and our car note and our house note and all of those things. But we're saving as well. And I realized that I need to add additional funds to that because I have to have more money saved than I am spending right now. And most of us, if you're like me, almost everything we get that comes in goes out to bills. So I had to stop and figure out what I could possibly do not to live off my savings, not to live off my regular income, but a side hustle that can get me some additional things. And so today, historically, y'all remember this day, April 14th, 2023, Miss Najah is telling you all that my side hustle, all of 2 weeks, which my first paycheck came today on this day, has afforded me the opportunity to, I got bills that I gotta pay because this is This is around the time I paid my bills. And remember, I talked to you about putting enough money in the bank only to pay my car notes, my insurance, and all of those other things. Then I take my savings and I put them into hard assets or Bitcoin, one of the two, and that's where they sit for the rest of the month. But this additional stream of income, I am happy to tell you all today that within 2 weeks' time, with some of the things that I have been hearing about getting myself into hard assets, and I'm not talking about the gold. I am talking about a tad bit of, I haven't started in its totality, so let me give full disclaimer, but $2,300, I'm able from the last 2 weeks to put into one of those hard assets. So let's just say I am working towards being able to have what I need to start investing in other hard assets that does not bother my regular income, nor does it bother anything that I've been saving, because a lot of times when you're saving, you have to take those savings to invest because it takes money to make money. So what I've decided to do is pick up something additional to make some funds so that I can utilize that to make me some more money. And so these things are starting to flow. And again, my prayer for the last several years has been, God, bring something into my life that is diversified, that I can really, really help my community. And again, $2,200 is not a lot, but for some of us, it could literally pay rent or a house note or a couple of car notes and some insurance, or maybe just some things that we haven't been able to pay or take care of. That is a big deal in a week. And so, again, we're not talking about getting rich quick. So I'm not saying I got $2,200. It was more to the tune of 23, and I'm going to run out and buy that next purse or anything like that. I'm talking about getting yourself income that you can actually pull from a platform or pull from the place that you're investing and actually put it into something that is going to grow your wealth and your legacy. And I'm excited about that, ladies and gentlemen. And so when we come forward, we are going to jump into some more conversations. I know I talked about a book yesterday that I didn't give you the name to. And when I got off air, I thought about the fact. So when we come forward after news, sports, and traffic, I will tell you about the book for us to get into because it's important. This is KBLA Talk 1580.
Simplify the night and simply say it's like, oh, we're going to learn about Bitcoin, but it's so much bigger than that. The blackwallstreet.com was simplify the night and simply say it's like, oh, we're going to learn about Bitcoin, but it's so much bigger than that. The blackwallstreet.com was created by you and Hill Harper. Why?
Well, first of all, the money leaves our community right now in about 7 hours. And Hill and I recognize that if we don't do something in this new digital space, that the money is going to leave within 6 to 7 seconds.
I think one of the biggest surprises is just to see how many people, as you stated, here in the U.S. don't have access to just internet. Just basic things that we take for granted. And so I need to go back and rethink, look at and evaluate all these cities I just left and really see what blockchain programs we need to bring to make sure they get the internet.
It's expensive to be poor. Now we can actually change that if we think about how powerful our spending is and how we use our dollars. And in particular, how we use our digital dollars. No. So I'm going to give it back to Najah Roberts, who is going to break down the reason why we need to use, particularly in our community, we need to use cryptocurrency as a means for building wealth and as a tool
just
for
watch
building
it.
wealth.
See what it does. But the only way you lose in Bitcoin is when you sell your Satoshis. Because I bought Bitcoin one time At the height, it was like $17,000. Then it slammed down to 4,000. And it stayed 4,000 for a painful year or so. And I'm telling you, it's painful because I felt like I lost that money. But now
and you actually even have a camp to teach kids how to be financially literate in this new crypto world. So that's great. You could speak to us like those children. Yeah, because that's what we need.
Absolutely.
Let's start very basic. What is cryptocurrency? And then also with Walmart deciding that they're going to have their own. I mean, how does it have value if somebody can just pop up and decide, hey, we're going to have a crypto now?
You know what? The biggest thing that we all need to know is that money can be anything that someone is willing to accept.
Most importantly, I'm here today to support Najah and to say that we are honored and humbled to have her on our station. I feel like we're doing a public service by educating, by enlightening, by empowering our people. I want to wish her and Hill all the best on this 41-city tour that they're taking across the country, but I didn't want to miss walking across the street today to say hello to my friend Hill Harper and to tell Najah how proud of her we are for being a part of our station every day.
Kind of disgruntled with how financial services was working for our community specifically.
Hello, I'm your girl Najah Roberts, and I am here to tell you about an important event that I have coming up, and that is the Ledger and Me 123. If you've been listening to anything I've been saying for the last 2 years, I have been saying that custody your own keys and holding your own Bitcoin in your own cold storage wallet is the best remedy against scam or things like FTX or anything else out there that could suck up and steal your Bitcoin or your cryptocurrency. And this is a ledger. This is what it looks like. It's the size of your thumb. It comes in a box from Ledger, and we're going to help you take your Bitcoin off the exchange and put it into your own private wallet. If you're interested in attending this course, your name and your face will not be shown. It will be an anonymous call, and we're going to help you walk through setting up your ledger step by step, because we are going to make sure that you get the best customer service and that you're setting it up and that you understand what you're doing and that you're comfortable with moving your Bitcoin from one place on the blockchain to the next place on the blockchain. And we're also going to talk about how you store your seed words, because that's critically important. Your Bitcoin is not stored on this device, so you've got to come to the actual Ledger and Me 123 to really understand what you need to do to secure your Bitcoin and your cryptocurrency for not just your future, but for the future generations to come. And I look forward to seeing you there. Peace and blessings. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Of you who sent me an email yesterday for the Mass Adoption 2023, Talking Crypto tomorrow in the UK. I will be speaking with people in the UK, but I have given you all a link so that you can get on for free as my guest. That link sends you to Eventbrite. You don't have to pay for anything. You just put the code in and you get a ticket to Talking Crypto Mass Adoption 2023. So if you want to go to that event tomorrow, please send me an email at asknajahroberts@gmail.com, asknajahroberts@gmail.com, and I will send you the link. And I'm really excited because it looks like about 25 to 30 of you will already be joining me as a free guest for this event. And I am excited about that. And I am excited about the fact that our community is really taking a look at the options that are out there. And I just have to say to you, for the first, I want to say 2 years I was in this cryptocurrency space, I wore this shirt that said crypto blockchain on the front, which was my company, but on the back of it, it says mission mass adoption. And I have to say to each and every one of you that the Most High has allowed me to manifest through doing mass adoption as I see it in our community. Because when we hear these statistics about more Black and brown people being in cryptocurrency than other nationalities, I'm excited about that because we work really hard. We've given of ourselves, we've given of our time, we've not charged our community for this information. And I know that people have to monetize, people have to pay bills. But what I did was believed that if we gave to our community, that eventually the Most High would give us what we need. And I really feel like those things are beginning to manifest themselves. Mass adoption is coming. It is coming for us. But ladies and gentlemen, our options are here as well. Additional things that we have needed to do forever, we have a safe space and a safe place to do it without having to worry about anything being burned down, tore down, bombed, or any of those things. And it definitely has to do with self sovereignty. So, again, if y'all want to know why I'm so excited, I think I'm barely sleeping just because I'm thinking, eating, and sleeping, thinking about everything that we have available to us as all over the world. Just it's our turn, period, period, period. I said, I don't know, I talk so much. I don't know if I've ever said this on the radio, but my grandfather, God rest his soul, who was from Shreveport, Louisiana, had a brand new Cadillac every 2 years. And growing up, I just thought that, they had money and that they were really doing good. But the ironic part is they lived in Watts. They lived in the hood. And every 2 years, my grandfather had a brand new Cadillac. And so when I became an adult, I was like, Papa, why do you buy a brand new Cadillac every 2 years? There was nothing wrong with the one you had before. And he said, baby, let me tell you something. When I got out of the war, and he was in World War II, and I have a grandfather that's still alive, not this one, but came out of World War II. He said, when I came out of the war, back home to my family, the Cadillac people, and that's what he called them, the Cadillac people would not let me walk on their lots. And what I did when I left Shreveport, Louisiana, coming to California, and they let me buy a Cadillac, I decided that I was going to show them and buy a Cadillac every 2 years. Now, what's wrong with that picture? If somebody is so prejudiced, they don't want you to step foot on the Cadillac lot, why in the world would you turn around and buy a new one every 2 years? Because all you're doing is patronizing the business that didn't want you to be there in the first place. Well, I am here to serve notice to all the companies that do not want to loan us money to buy houses. We are getting and got our own. So that's what we about to do. We about to take back what was supposed to be ours because we should have gotten the funding. There should have been no such thing as redlining. There shouldn't been any reason that you were taking non-sufficient funds from our bank accounts when we couldn't afford to buy things. So we're setting a new standard for the new kids on the block. Well, we're the old kids on the block. We built this anyway. But what I'm saying to you is self-sovereignty is the goal. Mass adoption is the goal. And we have an opportunity for the first time in history to have money that is not controlled by a centralized authority. But what we also have the option to do is have hard assets that are not controlled by anybody else as well. And I'm telling y'all, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just more on fire right now because it gives us more ability to do the things that we need to do. And yes, I'm talking about stacking Bitcoin. I'm talking about stacking gold. I'm talking about stacking houses. It is our turn. So if you're at work listening to me right now, please know, ladies and gentlemen, Keep that job, do phenomenal, enjoy your time there, because my prayer is that next year you're able to walk away from that income because you have done some things to sustain yourself and your family and stepped out on faith and understand that options are available today that were not available 14 years ago. Options are there today that were not even available last year because we're learning new things. And the more we sit back and pay attention and watch what is going on, we are better working together. And I have vowed to work with people in this cryptocurrency space, in any other space, that are working together, because we go further in a boat together than in our own little rowboats, tugging along, trying to make things happen. And I can tell you that the best things in life are coming to you because we as a people, we as a community, I'm just going to say the black and brown because you're included as well, but we have struggled and toiled, and our ancestors have sacrificed their lives for a time such as this. And I don't even know how much more I can say it without preaching to y'all, because I wasn't going to do this today. But ladies and gentlemen, this is our time, and there is no stopping us because there's too many of us that are waking up. And yes, we use the word right. We are woke. Whether woke goes to Florida to die, as Santa said, woke ain't dying up in here. We're going to make sure that our community has the tools that they need. And we are not just teaching you what to do, because we could talk to you all day till we're blue in the face. But ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, we are going to hold and walk this community where we need to be financially, because the money is in our favor, the situations are in our favor, and I tell you, God has got us, period. So all of that, I don't even know how I got into my grandfather in that Cadillac, but I started out telling you that he used to always tell me as a little child, the Bible says that the bottom rail will become the top rail. And I didn't realize that he meant the black community until I got a little bit older. So I can say, I ain't buying no Cadillac. That's number one. But number two, Papa up in heaven, just know that the bottom rail is beginning to be the top rail, because we've got all the tools we need in our little toolbox. We've been gathering them. And all of these things converging in our world together has got their attention on something else, on their agenda, which is going to allow us, those of us who have endured the worst of times, and we have just done everything that we can do, and we have no other options right now but to win. This is our time. So I know I'm off on one. We didn't get crypto. Maybe y'all needed that pep talk today, but I am telling you, we are going to win, win, win. And just keep listening to this midday money chain, because we have the answers, but not just talking to you. I'm not doing lip service, ladies and gentlemen. I am getting into and on everything I can to make sure that our community gets our fair share. And I don't want reparations. We're going to do our own thing, because when we have $1 million a month, we don't need reparations. And I'm not talking about get rich quick. I'm talking about really working and putting things together strategically, because that's what we've got to do. But I promise you, it's our turn, y'all. So when we come forward, we are going to continue this conversation. And I promise you, I'm going to tell you what Bitcoin is doing today. I don't even care about this, what this market is doing, but it looks all green. So when we come forward, we'll finish this conversation. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
Hello, I'm your girl Najah Roberts, and I am here to tell you about an important event that I have coming up, and that is the Ledger and Me 123. If you've been listening to anything I've been saying for the last 2 years, I have been saying that custody your own keys and holding your own Bitcoin in your own cold storage wallet is the best remedy against scam or things like FTX or anything else out there that could suck up and steal your Bitcoin or your cryptocurrency. And this is a ledger. This is what it looks like. It's the size of your thumb. It comes in a box from Ledger, and we're going to help you take your Bitcoin off the exchange and put it into your own private wallet. If you're interested in attending this course, your name and your face will not be shown. It will be an anonymous call, and we're going to help you walk through setting up your ledger step by step, because we are going to make sure that you get the best customer service and that you're setting it up and that you understand what you're doing and that you're comfortable with moving your Bitcoin from one place on the blockchain to the next place on the blockchain. And we're also going to talk about how you store your seed words, because that's critically important. Your Bitcoin is not stored on this device, so you've got to come to the actual Ledger Me 123 to really understand what you need to do to secure your Bitcoin and your cryptocurrency for not just your future, but for the future generations to come. And I look forward to seeing you there. Peace and blessings. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
All right, welcome forward, welcome forward. Now, what is this cryptocurrency market doing? For those of you that are saying, I got on here to hear about crypto, and she is on one today. And I thank each and every one of you for commenting on my email. It lets me know that I'm in the right place at the right time with my folks, unapologetically about the Black and Brown community, because it's our turn. So with that being stated, let's say that Bitcoin is at $30,484 today. It is up. It's all green, y'all. 0.52% in the last hour. In the last 24 hours, it's up 0.67%. In the last 7 days, it's up 9.21%. I honestly, I keep saying it because I'm hoping that the Most High hears me. I am asking for Bitcoin to go back down to around 15 to 16 so we can buy more of what we need to buy, so we'll have it when we absolutely need it, because X is on the way. If y'all were listening to the commercial, you heard that Elon Musk wants to have the biggest financial platform in history. And guess what he's going to do? He's going to store your Bitcoin for you. Y'all better not let Elon Musk store your Bitcoin for you. He shouldn't give you interest on nothing. Don't put your money in X so that he can capitalize off your Bitcoin and you don't have nothing. Keep your Bitcoin in your wallet, but that's a whole nother conversation. And then we have Ethereum that's at 2109. So for those of you that were saying, Najah told me don't buy no Ethereum, and now Ethereum is $700 more, and I could have afforded a whole Ethereum, but I could never have afforded an entire Bitcoin. I will tell you this. Even though I see the price and I see it going, it's at $2,109. It's up 1.1% in the last hour, up 5% in the last 24 hours, and up 13% in the last 7 days. Ethereum is doing great, but I am still going to stick to my guns. Again, you're grown. You can do whatever you like to do if you want to buy Ethereum because you think it has great uses and that developers are going to continue to use Ethereum. Then you buy Ethereum. But if you're looking at Bitcoin through my eyes, and I see it being the world's monetary, being able to be utilized throughout the world, not as the dominant currency, but just one of the tools we can use to buy goods and services, I'm going to continue to stack that thing. And then as we look at all the other cryptocurrencies, as I go all the way down, I see totally green because everybody follows the leader. And I want the leader, not the follower. And so I want our community to be the leader and not the follower. We've been the leader, and then our innovation gets snuffed or taken away or stifled. And then we find ourselves rebuilding, but in the self sovereignty space, I can just jump all around and say, I am so content with owning my own and being my own. So as we continue to look at the markets, just understand that they are all green. And we are talking about 1.3 trillion dollars that is now in the cryptocurrency space. Ladies and gentlemen, why is that? Because people are looking for a place to put their money to be safe. And the banks are seeing this exit, and exits are going to continue to happen. In fact, I was on a call with some farmers because one of our investments happens to be have some farm type property on it. And I'm trying to figure out how to be a black farmer. But what I'm finding out is that they're dogging out the black farmers more than they're dogging out the other farmers. I knew we know these things exist, but when you step into these circles, you start to understand more and more how there is a gap in the way they allow people to do things. But long story short, I am really just hearing through this association that they're telling all of the farmers to remove most of their funds from their regional banks because they're expecting their regional banks to falter, and the farmers don't want to get their money caught up in there. So they're talking about the fact that their whole lives. Now, this is me listening in, and I think there may be, I can't really tell who's on the Zoom because it's just the first and the last name, but I'm going to guess that out of about 400 people, there's probably about 5 or 6 African Americans, Black Americans, let me say it that way, on this call. But what I did hear them say that these bankers, they know our parents, they know our brothers and sisters, they've been to our 16th birthday party, they were at our wedding reception, and these bankers know us well. And what we're hearing is that Janet Yellen and the president are going to decide which banks to bail out, and it probably won't be our regional banks. So take heed. So if the farmers are getting this message, ladies and gentlemen, and they are buddy family with their bankers, which we're not, time and time again here on KBLA, I hear the conversation of the banker at Chase telling us to be more than transactional with those people that are inside the bank, because they make all the difference if you get a loan or not, which works for some people but don't work for others. So I'm going to just say that. And listening to this Farmers Association tell their folks, do not look for their normal regional bankers to be able to assist them in the times to come. It's time for our community to really grab a hold of what is happening, because information is being disseminated in all different spaces and it all sounds the same. Everybody is bracing themselves for what is going to come, and self-sovereignty is our only choice. Having different type of assets is our choice. And so when we come forward, ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue this conversation. This is KBLA Talk 1580.
Simplify the night and simply say it's like, oh, we're going to learn about Bitcoin, but it's so much bigger than that. The blackwallstreet.com was created by you and Hill Harper. Why?
Well, first of all, the money leaves our community right now in about 7 hours. And Hill and I recognize that if we don't do something in this new digital space, that the money is going to leave within 6 to 7 seconds.
I think one of the biggest surprises is just to see how many people, as you stated, here in the U.S. don't have access to just internet. Just basic things that we take for granted. And so I need to go back and rethink look at and evaluate all these cities I just left and really see what blockchain programs we need to bring to make sure they get the internet.
It's expensive to be poor. Now, we can actually change that if we think about how powerful our spending is and how we use our dollars. And in particular, how we use our digital dollars. No. So I'm going to give it back to Najah Roberts, who is going to break down the reason why we need to use, and particularly in our community, we need to use cryptocurrency as a means for building wealth and as a tool
just
for
watch
building
it,
wealth.
see what it does. But the only way you lose in Bitcoin is when you sell your Satoshis. Because I bought Bitcoin one time at the height, it was like $17,000. Then it slammed down to 4,000.
Welcome forward. And as we were listening to those fabulous words from my sponsors, I was actually checking my emails. Yes, I am going to take a deep breath. I know I am passionate about this, ladies and gentlemen. I told y'all my mission is to lead my people out of financial slavery. And in order to do that, the Most High has got to shine a light. I need y'all every time I'm on one to think about Harriet Tubman walking through those swamps and that brush and telling the people behind her, don't say a word. And if you can even taste the freedom, keep walking. Don't look back. Don't worry. We got this. We got this, y'all. I'm just so excited. So with that, I am going to take a deep breath. I read your message. And yes, I'm on one. And y'all got to know I love y'all to pieces. So I'm just excited about it. And so let me just tell y'all what I'm doing this weekend. Again, tomorrow, if you'd like to join the cryptocurrency conversation that's actually being filmed over in the UK, but I will be speaking here and can give you a free link to get on this presentation. Again, it's tomorrow. I'm not sure of the time because of the time difference between UK, but we'll work on that. If you go to Eventbrite, it ought to set you up right, but I'll get you in there free. And then Sunday, I'm doing something for Dr. Heavenly. For those of you who know Married to Medicine, she has hired me to do her crypto education for her Dr. Heavenly University, but y'all get that free. But I'm just going to make sure that you all know about that when that comes out. And then if you're interested in anything else I'm talking about today, because I'm on fire, and you are definitely welcome to send me an email at Ask Najah Roberts, and I will give you the goods. Ask Najah Roberts at gmail.com. And ladies and gentlemen, we are making way for the D.L. Hughley Show. And you all know I love and appreciate you for rocking with me today on this Friday. Today, I feel like I made history with this side hustle. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please know that we are creating Satoshi millionaires one day at a time, one family at a time, one Bitcoin at a time, one side hustle at a time, and one Satoshi at a time. And ladies and gentlemen, that means you.
Cause we ahead of the crypto curve, yeah.
Hey y'all, lights, camera, action.
Let's get ahead of the crypto curve, yeah. Learn from the queen of crypto, your host, Najah Roberts, leading people out of financial slavery through Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Create your own economy. Let's get ahead of the crypto curve. Learn to get left behind.